Matt Larson, Big Sioux Media, thank you for joining us on this week's Big Sioux Media Coaches Show. Coming up, Matt Larson, Big Sioux Media, thank you for joining us on this week's Big Sioux Media Coaches Show. Coming up, I had a chance to talk with head coach Josh LeBrun and head coach Jeff Dvorak. Both of their teams had big wins to open up the season this week. Also had a chance to talk with Courier Wrestling coach Craig Jorgensen. They hosted the Top of the Rock tournament. We'll get his thoughts on that, as well as talking with head coach Pete Schmidt and head coach Jason Viersall to preview their games coming up this Friday. We'll do all of that when we come back to this week's Big Sioux Media Coaches Show in just a moment.
If you're like most people and you get hungry and you're in a hurry, you need to stop by Cubbies of Del Rapids. From breakfast items to lunchtime snacks and more, Cubbies of Del Rapids is a terrific place to stop. Also, check out their mouth-watering, delicious Godfather's Pizza specials, too. Fill up your car or truck, head inside for your favorite snacks and beverages, too. And you'll be back on the road in no time at all. Cubbies, located at 220 North Highway 77 in Del Rapids.
Now on special this month at the Del Rapids Dairy Queen, get a quarter-pound cheeseburger for just $1.99. That's right, a quarter-pound cheeseburger for just $1.99. The Del Rapids Dairy Queen is now blending frothy and refreshing Orange Julius and freshly made smoothies of strawberry banana, triple berry, strawberry, mango pineapple, and orange. And don't forget about the always delicious Blizzard treats at the Dairy Queen, located at 404 State Highway 77 in Del Rapids.
Back on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show, joined now by girls head coach for St. Mary Cardinals, Josh LeBrun, and coach. Nice season opening win against Garrettson. Thoughts on the game?
I thought we played really well. We came out, got a good lead in that first quarter. Did a lot of things very well. We to start off, we shot the basketball really well. Had a couple 3-point shots and good defense. I think that was kind of the key to the game. We had 15 steals in the game, and I think that helped us to make big plays in the game.
So yeah, I know you talked about defense being the key to that game. So good defensive effort by the team then against Garrettson.
Definitely. They had a really good post player, and we had to do a lot of different things to stop her. And I think down the stretch we made a lot of big plays, a lot of steals, and just so that they weren't able to get it into their post player.
Well, now you got a short break. You turn around and play DeSmet here on Thursday. What are you working on for that game?
DeSmet's going to throw a lot of pressure at us. They like to go man-to-man. They like to put pressure on as soon as you get the basketball. So we're just working on staying under control, not getting ahead of ourselves, trying to minimize turnovers. I think we did a decent job of that last night, and hopefully we can continue that tomorrow night.
Okay, with a slower tempo, keep the pace, keep under control. Any other keys to picking up a win in DeSmet?
Probably just shooting better. I think we shot 30% last night. We were able to shoot well at the beginning, and then down the second quarter we didn't have very good, and we were able to let them back in the game. And if we can shoot a little better, I think that'll help, especially making layups and points in the paint.
All right, well, good luck on Thursday, and we'll talk again next week.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, stay tuned. We've got more coming up on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show in just a moment.
Del Rapids Ace Hardware is the stop to make for home winterizing needs. Do you have enough ice melt? What about a snowblower? Dell's Ace Hardware makes it easy and convenient. Open 7 days a week. Also pick up the indoor products you need. Ace Hardware has equipment and inflatable rentals as well. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 8, Saturday 8 to 6, and Sunday 9 to 5. Dell's Ace Hardware, 406 State Highway 77, Del Rapids, 428-5959.
For family entertainment, stop by the Dell's Bowl in downtown Del Rapids. Stop by for a delicious breakfast or lunch and enjoy the food and conversation at the Dell's Bowl in downtown Del Rapids. They have adult leagues, kid youth bowling, specials during the week, and reserved lanes for parties, birthdays, and other events. Call the Dell's Bowl 428-3800 in downtown Del Rapids, South Dakota.
Matt Larson back with you on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show, joined now by head girls basketball coach with Courier's Jeff Dvorak. And coach, big win last night against Sioux Falls Christian.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, it was a great start. We were, going in, you're always nervous that first game. You don't know, you don't have a scout, you really can't go that much. And when you have a young team like we did, you don't really know what you're going to get. So we were just really pleased with the way that we played overall. There are a lot of little things, I guess, that we look at as coaches that we'd like to improve. But the JV kids played well and got a win, and the varsity did the same. So it's a good start.
Now, one of the things you were stressing last week when we talked about was ball security being key for the game. How'd that go for you?
Yeah, no, there were a couple things that didn't go well, and that was one of them. We just really turned the ball over too much, and that was probably the number one thing that we feel we've got to work on. A little more offensive creativity and taking care of the ball. I think we were probably around 20 turnovers, which we weren't pressing the ball that much, and they weren't pressing us that much. We just kind of got a little bit lazy with it. But for those two things, there were 8 things that went really well.
Good. So now you've got a 10-day break, a gap in the schedule.
Yep.
What are the things you're going to be working on?
Yeah, well, we're gonna work a lot on extended zones and being creative with our offense, taking care of the ball, limiting turnovers. We were a little panicky. We were a little flustered at times. I'd like to be a little more composed. So we're gonna try to mix it up in practice with our defenses and throw 6 or 7 or 8 kids at us against our offense and just see if we can stay composed and run through our stuff.
All right, Coach Roth, thank you for joining us. We'll talk again next week, and we'll preview the game against T then.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show in just a moment.
Hello, this is Bob with Dell's Auto. We are always, not once in a while, always 20 minutes north of high prices. Of course, if you're from Garrettson or somewhere else, maybe Brookings, maybe we're 40 minutes south of high prices. Doesn't matter. We beat people on price. That's where we start. We need you as a customer, not once, all the time. We'll take care of you from front to back. So come on down to Dell's Auto. We're here to get along all the time.
We're in a brand new year, and if you're looking to make some improvements inside the home, maybe some painting, new doors, whatever you need, stop by Dell's Lumber in Del Rapids. If it's outside materials for a bigger construction or building project, you'll find the materials and products at Dell's Lumber. And don't forget about their rental of power tools, plumbing tools, floor care equipment, and more. Dell's Lumber, your do-it-best center, 306 Liddell Avenue in Del Rapids. Call 428-5645.
Going back to the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show, joined right now by head wrestling coach Craig Jorgensen. And Coach, we apologize for not getting together last week with the snowstorm and the cancellation of school. So let's first talk about the overview of your team, how you think the team's going to be this year, and who your leaders are going to be this year.
The overview is we do have quite a few numbers out, which is a nice thing to have between all the schools. We have 30 students out for wrestling this year, so our room is full, and we've got a lot of young kids that don't have a lot of experience, so it's fun to come through and teach them some of the basics about wrestling. And then we do have some of the advanced kids that are going to compete very well through the year, and hopefully in the postseason can get on the podium at the state tournament.
All right, I know you had the Top of the Rock tournament this past Saturday. The team performed pretty well, finished 4th. Your thoughts on the tournament?
I thought we wrestled very well for our first time out on Saturday. With our champion Leon Maxwell, looked very good at heavyweight. Ended up with 3 pins on the day, so that was a nice tournament for Leon. And then we had 4 or 5 kids in the championship, so we did a very nice job there. And I think we placed 11 kids overall, so I was very impressed with our performance on Saturday. We still have a lot of work to do, but it was a good first time out.
All right, let's talk about then your upcoming tournament. I believe you're in Watertown on Saturday. What has your team been working on in preparation for that?
We are a little bit beat up for Saturday. We had a few injuries in practice, and we've had some sickness and things, and we've got some kids gone for ACT tests. So we're going to be down quite a few kids out of our lineup, but it's going to be, we'll still fill the lineup, and we're going to get everything we have, but we're going to be a little short-handed this weekend. But we're going to look to improve and get those young guys working up the ladder, and we're just looking for good things for Saturday.
All right, well, let's skip ahead. One more tournament. I believe you got your first DAC meet, your DAC 12 meet coming up a couple of days after Saturday.
Yep, on Tuesday.
Let's preview that tournament.
I think we wrestled T and Lennox in that first DAC 12 triangular, and I think we're going to be able to compete against both of those teams. I think we'll have full lineups, and I think they possibly will too. But I feel good about those two duels, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this DAC-12 turns out. It's loaded. There's going to be some good wrestling in that DAC-12 conference.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time out and talking about the tournaments coming up. Good luck, and we'll talk again next week.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, and stay tuned. We've got more coming up on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Craig Libas, CEO and Managing Partner at Executive Recruiting Consultants. We are a recruiting firm that specializes in the recruiting and placement of individuals in many industries throughout the Midwest and country. Our team specializes in, but not limited to, the following industries: accounting, agriculture, banking, finance, HR, and manufacturing. Please contact any of our team members and partners now and see how we can take your organization or career to the next level.
The Pizza Ranch of Del Rapids has plenty of room for meetings or for get-togethers with family and friends, plus a game room for lots of entertainment. Now here's the best part of eating in at the Pizza Ranch: great chicken, mashed potatoes, vegetables, great salads, and great pizza. If you have a group meeting, a fundraiser, contact the Pizza Ranch in Del Rapids to find out how they will help you with your group. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. That's the Pizza Ranch in Del Rapids.
Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Welcome back to the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show, joined again by St. Mary Boys head basketball coach, Coach Schmidt. And Coach, another week of practice in. Your season starts here in just a few days. So what are the things that your team has been working on this past week in preparation for the season?
Well, Matt, what we've got going is we want to be good defensively from the basket out first. I think that our half-court defense has got to be good. And then we're doing some full-court things too. We like to press in the full court. I think if you get 7 or 8 people that can really play hard, makes you really well, and it's motivating, it's fun to watch, fast break, press all over. Kids like to play that way.
Well, and with the season just a few days away, I know when I was a player, this is the time of the season, you're practicing almost 2 weeks in, games are coming up. How's the team's focus here as you prepare the last few days before you kick off the season?
Well, pretty good. I think that, anytime that you have good competition within your team, you're going to be pretty good. I think the kids, we have 25 kids out. There's a dogfight for playing time. People are battling to make the team. So I'm really proud of our kids. They're really getting after it, and it's been exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about your conference, Dakota Valley Conference. I saw this morning a couple of teams mention top teams in Class B: Arlington, Castlewood, Elton, Lake Benton, traditionally pretty good. What's your view on how the conference is going to be this year?
Well, this is my first year here, and haven't been in Iowa for 24 years. I don't know, what our competition is like. I do know that, we'll control those things that we can control. We can control how hard we play, we can control our attitudes, our effort, those things. And we like to be able to tell kids after the first couple weeks of practice that they're not going to do anything that we haven't showed you how to counter.
All right, and then you got DeSmit coming up, first game of the year. What is it that you know about DeSmit, and what are the keys for your team to pick up a win to start the season?
The thing I know about DeSmit is that it's, north and west of here. That's about it. So I think they've got a pretty good tradition. When I was a kid, they won the state tournament. They had great teams. I think they did win it a couple years in a row. So I'm sure they'll give us all we can handle.
All right. Well, good luck on Friday. We'll talk again next week. We'll talk about how you thought the team did Friday, and we'll see you on Friday as we'll be webcasting a game up in DeSmit. And we remind you to stay tuned. We have more of the Coaches Show coming up here on Big Sioux Media in just a moment.
Walking down the street, most everyone you meet. Every rope made of many different fibers. Of all the homes you've ever known, this one's your own. It's good and getting better all together. Together, your neighbors and your friends. Pull together, your neighbors and your friends.
The villas on Clubhouse Court of Del Rapids offer single-family homes with 3-car garages. Located on a quiet street on Rocky Run Golf Course, no-step construction, and easy entrance. Maintenance-free living including lawn care and snow removal, plus the opportunity to specify custom options. If you're in the market for a new home, check out www.villasonclubhouse.com or call 366-0808. The Villas, small-town living and quality of life that is second to none.
Welcome back to the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show, joined now by head boys basketball coach for the Warriors. Coach, we've got a game coming up to start the season. What have you been focusing on practice so far last week?
Well, we've been trying to get a lot of things in. We had our snow day last Wednesday and we lost practice there, so we're a little bit behind the 8 ball now, but we're trying to get a lot of different things in transition offense and really work on pushing the ball. Defensively, we're trying to work on some different presses and trying to apply some full court pressure and half court traps on teams. And we've looked pretty good doing those things. We just got to get better at all the little things we're trying to do. So rebounding's been a big focus for us. We've been working rebounding every day, and hopefully that translates into some success here.
Right, well, I remember from my playing days that you're in this time period now where you've been practicing about 2 weeks. The game is a couple of days. How's the boys' focus and attention right now in practice?
They've been really good in practice. You know, the thing I love about this group is they're an extremely hard-working group. They never quit on a play. They've been very, very eager and willing to make all the hustle plays in practice, diving on the floor, going after loose balls, and that's the kind of team we need to be. So by Friday, we'll definitely be ready for a game, and they'll be ready to go against somebody else besides each other in practice.
So well, let's talk about Friday. West Central coming up, open up the season. What do you know about West Central, and what are the keys for your team to pick up a win?
West Central, they have a lot of seniors. Looked at the roster the other day. I think they have 8 seniors. They have a lot of kids who got a lot of varsity level experience last year, and they're looking to definitely improve from last year. So they're going to be a hungry team. They're going to be a quick, athletic, strong team. Obviously, their football success and a lot of the same kids that are playing there. So they have some winning success and a winning attitude, and they're going to try to translate that into basketball. West Central Del Rapids, no matter what sport it is, it's always a tough, physical, strong, aggressive game, and that's kind of what we're expecting out of them. And we're going to have to match that intensity. We're going to have to match that physicality and get on the boards with them. That's going to be a big part of it.
All right. Well, good luck on Friday, Coach, and we'll talk again next week about that game.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thanks. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up on the Big Sioux Media Coaches Show in just a moment.
Sievertson Spinal Care of Del Rapids is a premier chiropractic clinic of the Midwest, serving patients from the tri-state area. Dr. Sievertson's specific and gentle approach to chiropractic care allows him to see patients of all ages with all types of concerns. Utilizing state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment and precision spine analysis, Dr. Sievertson uses a gentle hands-on NUCA adjustment to restore the body back to health. If you want help with your problems, then act immediately. Call 428-4778 to schedule your free consultation and a screening.
If you are loving this winter weather for outdoor fun, then you need to check out OpenThrottleMotobrokers.com. That's OpenThrottleMotobrokers.com. You can look over their wide assortment of snowmobiles and other accessories too. Open Throttle is located on the west edge of Del Rapids, just off the interstate, and they can rev up your winter season with a snowmobile, an ATV or UTV. Open Throttle Motor Brokers, 428-3030. Open 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 3. That's OpenThrottleMotorbrokers.com.
And that'll wrap things up for this week's Big Sioux Media Coaches Show. Thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week when we talk with the same 5 coaches right here on BigSiouxMedia.com.